At the end of the conference, we would like to ask you to share your impressions about the conference and to tell us what will you remember most coming home from the 9th International Assumption Readings in Kyiv 2009.
Well, this is a very interesting and important conference. I know Konstantin Tsigov from a long time, and every year this is a very interesting time and place to speak and to meet people and friends also. And from this conference I received a lot. There were lots of witness from the past and people like the one who just spoke from Crimea, Marina Novikova, who spoke very strongly about the question of forgiveness concerning the crimes of the past, of the totalitarian past. And I think it's very important to speak about that, so that really we could have hope that there would be forgiveness for the past, from God, but also from the people. This is a very concrete example of the importance of this conference. I think more generally, to speak about hope is very contemporary, actual. The Pope, Benedict XVI, wrote his second encyclical on the question of the hope, Spe Salvi. And in France, Paul Ricoeur wrote a lot about hope. And why they speak about hopes? These people, they speak about hope because the ideology of the 20th century are dead, and the churches are understanding that this is part of their responsibility, that they didn't speak enough about the kingdom of God on earth. We need to come back to this great hope that we have in the gospel. The good news of the gospel is that the kingdom of God is very close to us, and we forget to speak about that. And this is why the communism, liberalism, fascism, all these ideologies came. So today we are clear with this. There is a possibility to speak in a new way about the kingdom of God on the earth. It's not a concept like the ideological concept of the new state and the new man. It's something else, but it's quite complex. But we need to speak about that because we have this hope. We have this hope that comes from the liturgy, that was said also by Professor Felmi. He began with this: we remember of the future, and it's a good future. So I think it's a very important conference.
Mm-hmm. And what would then be your wishes concerning the activity of St. Clement's Center that organized the whole conference for the future? And probably you can say some words about the importance of the St. Clement's Center in general, and then how do you see its future activities?
Yeah, I am member of the St. Clement Center. Konstantin Tsigov invited me in the scientific council of the St. Clement Center, and I'm very proud of this because I consider this center as a very important place for ecumenism, for unity among Christians, for the future of Ukraine also. And what I wish is to develop its activities with our Institute of Ecumenical Studies in Lviv. We created together a common project, which is the Christian Academic Ukrainian Society. And in this Ukrainian society we speak about different themes, and the main theme is the Church of Kyiv. How can we think together, how can we hope together that the Church of Kyiv will reintegrate the Greek Catholics, the Roman Catholics, the Orthodox of the three jurisdictions, Protestants? How can we do that together? We organized together many seminars, And in next week in Lviv, Konstantin Sigov will come also. We will speak together on the question of the Soviet past and how churches together suffered, but are also in a way responsible of what happened. And this is a difficult theme, but we need to speak about the healing of the wounds of the past. And this is the first step. And the next step will be to speak about common social work together. And the next step will be the ecclesiology. How can we respect the identity of each church, the Orthodox, the Greek Catholics, the Protestants, but to show our unity, which is very important after 40 years of ecumenical dialogue. So this is our plan, and we need support for that from all the world. And yeah, we have lots of good projects.
Okay. And speaking of the Church of Kyiv as one of the key points of your cooperation with, of your participation rather in St. Clement's, not St. Clement's Center, I think it's even more significant that this conference takes place in Kyiv, and as this probably place that unites rather than divides. Yes. Can you probably say something about the significance of the place of the conference as well? I think you come to Kyiv quite often, right? So.
Yeah, I appreciate very much Kyiv. I think Kyiv is an important place, and I think it's important that there is a part of the conference which takes place at the Lavra, at the monastery, and where there is the Academy of Theology, and part of the conference in the Mogila Academy. It's very good, it's very important. But you know, when we speak about the Church of Kyiv, we speak about an ecclesiological project which is not only for the city of Kyiv, which is for all Ukraine, but I would say for all the world, because the project of the Church of Kyiv is the project of the first millennium, when there was one local church, and this one local church was in communion with other local churches.